Hey guys, this is Desiree, your It Works leader, and I'm doing chapter 2 of my story, and this one is called From Doubtful to Double Diamond in 90 Days. So, where I left off last time was telling you how I went ruby without ever leaving my bed, and it was a crazy experience, and the result I've had and feedback from that video have just been astounding. So thank you very much. After I went ruby while I was on bed rest, life was looking pretty good. I was able to afford to get a vacation house for my family and my extended family for a week and get out of the Arizona heat. That was really, really nice. The extra money, it was extra money because we were used to being on one income, allowed me to get my husband a brand new motorcycle. It was a dream of his that was never even on the table that he would be able to get. Everything was extra, everything was fun money, and it was about $1,000 a month because I was a Ruby and my husband was an executive, and combined it was extra money. And it was great. And a few months later, I even got off bed rest, so things were feeling amazing. After that, after I got off bed rest, my husband was promoted to his dream job, and I just thought life couldn't be getting better, but it was a very public job and a high-stress job, and I was given 6 weeks to move our entire family of 6 children and myself and my husband in our 4,000 square foot house to a very small town. And so I found that I was really suffering from muscle atrophy, which is when your muscles just go weak and limp because you've been on bed rest so long. So I was in pain. I was moving slow. All the logistics of moving that many children, special needs children, there weren't therapies involved. We couldn't find a house that was wheelchair accessible. It was just a mess. And on top of all of that, someone had called me and had found out about me through some adoption work I've done and asked me to adopt their child. And well, my original response was, I don't think so, but I'll help you find the right family. There were a few things in there that made it very clear that God intended for us to be her family, and maybe I'll do a video on that because that was pretty incredible how clear it was that we were meant to adopt this little girl. So I'm trying to move, I'm trying to get back to walking and you know, just doing normal things. I'm trying to get through the piles of adoption paperwork, and I stopped working my business. I really did. I continued to get paid, and so I thought this was great. You know, I stopped working, and I'm still getting paid every month. I stopped for the 6 weeks while we got ready. We got 2 U-Hauls completely packed full, and we got a call that we needed to go pick up our daughter that we were adopting, like right then, like that weekend, the same weekend we were moving. Originally we were supposed to pick her up a couple months later, and there was an emergency and they needed us to come get her immediately. So we got tickets, we left the U-Hauls packed, we hopped on a plane, we went and got her, flew a red-eye, came back, we unpacked and met our daughter at the same time. It was complete craziness, complete craziness. On top of that, my husband, who had the very public figure job, was not around because he was taking over this new job. So here I am, a mom of 6 children. I've just moved. I'm piled way past my head in boxes. I'm in a new town of about 3,000 people, and I don't know anyone. I tried to do a post about my business on the community page where I was publicly flogged for being a pyramid scheme artist, and some not nice things were said. I just really started to wonder that if this career move for my husband had sort of killed any chance of me really making it in this business. And I had a lot of doubt start to seep in. So I kept telling myself, once I get unpacked and I get my office set up, I'm going to get back to work. And once I do this and once I do that and once I bond with my new daughter and everything. And so all this happened between July and December. And now I'm trying to get ready for Christmas for 6 children. And we're still not unpacked. We had moved in November. Everything's a mess. And I lost my Ruby rank. And my check plummeted from about $1,000 a month to about $100. And I remember just feeling like all the work I had done had just gone down the drain. And I knew I was at a crossroads. I definitely was. And I sent Corinna, my upline, she's now presidential, I sent her this email. It says, "Hey Corinna, I just want to cry." Now I'm lying. I'm already sobbing at this point. I'm a complete blubbering mess and my keyboard is sopping wet. So I said, "Hey Corinna, I just want to cry. I've lost my Ruby rank this month and I'm not sure I have what this takes. I had my lung collapse over Christmas. I've still not unpacked, and I'm trying to start a new life here in this town. I'm scared to leave for conference because the doctor said not to, but I know I should. I don't need anyone to convince me what this company can do. I really get it. I'm just not sure if I have the health and the time to give this company what it needs to be successful. I spent years building my own business, not being with my children, and I can't choose a business over them again. So I'm at a crossroads, and I just wanted to let you know what was going on with me. Thanks for listening." I remember typing that and thinking, this is it. I'm done. I thought Corinna would have to say some pretty miraculous things for me to get out of how completely overwhelmed and devastated I felt, feeling like I was starting all over again. And my husband wasn't there to really give me a pep talk either. So luckily she messaged me in less than 15 minutes. I remember she was on the road. And she wrote back, "I understand life gets crazy and family is always first, and you've gone through a lot these past few months that took you away from posting and talking to your team. But the truth is you're good at this, and look how much the products have changed your life. December sucked. Don't let one bad month discourage you from your goals. January through May is our out and go time. Don't worry about getting to conference. But hold on, girl, you just started." That really meant a lot to me when she said, "I just started. Look at what you did over the summer. When most people quit, you flourished. I know you have what it takes to make this biz rock." That meant a lot to me when she told me she knew that I had what it took. Because I didn't know if I had what it took, but she told me I did. "So you lost your title this month, but you're going to get paid. So let's get a game plan started for you. I'm on my way home from California. We can Skype or talk tomorrow. I want you to be ready to go January 1st. So all this email exchange happened on December 30th. And when my husband came home that night, I said, it's all or nothing. Either I'm all in or I'm done. I'm not going to quit because I can't do it, but if I can't devote the time needed to do it, then I need to be done. And we decided that it was worth the sacrifices we were going to have to make for me to go all in. So my heart was saying go all in, and I did. So in January, February, and March. I ate, slept, and drank. It works. I actually did not sleep. I only napped. I ate at my desk, and I had no time with my family. It was just one of many sacrifices. There were some days I didn't even get a kiss in with a particular child, okay? I had 6 children. I tried to say hi to each of them. I tried to give them each a kiss, but I literally worked around the clock, especially in January. These are the things that I was doing during that time, and I wanted to share with you because you can do these things now to get your business where you want it. I really focused on a referral program. That had just come out where you got a free box of wraps when you referred someone who became a loyal customer. And I mean, I pushed that. Like you would not believe. I realize now I'm not doing it as much, and so I'm going to take my own advice. But what I did was I actually checked in with my new LCs just like I would new distributors and said, hey, do you have that referral for me yet? And really pushed people to go out there. And I had some people, getting 6 boxes of free wraps because they were giving me referrals. So I really, really pushed that. So if you're like me and you've gotten used to this cool referral program, and you're forgetting to even mention it. I signed a little customer yesterday and realized I didn't even mention it. What is wrong with me? You're missing out. This referral program is amazing, okay? Get other people out there working for you. There's only one of you. Get a bunch of people out there working for you. We're in January. It's cold and flu season. All through January, February, March, anytime anyone in my town mentioned on Facebook that they were at home with a cold or flu, I brought them greens. I had little green baggies I'd bought with some green cough drops, and I put 3 packs of greens on the go, my business card, and I actually just went out and delivered greens, and I got so many customers that way. I went to businesses and I shared anything that I had that I could share of samples. Greens on the go on in March on St. Patrick's Day. I said, hey, let's make the whole office green. Everybody drink green. I tried to make any excuse I could. Now I do the same thing. I'll come with, I'll show up at a tattoo shop with some defining gel samples and some energy drinks for them to try. People love free stuff. So, just show up with some samples. The green shoes always go over well. You can let people try and touch the stretch mark cream, all kinds of stuff, okay? So I did that. I also offered samples on Facebook. As I told you, I'm always adding 5 to 10 new friends a week. And I'd always say, hey, I've got, a week sample of greens for, I'm going to do a drawing for, sign up now. And then 10 people would comment. Well, now I have 10 new leads who I know want to try the greens. At least I'm going to give them one to try, because greens in general, not our greens, but greens in general taste horrible. And so it doesn't take a lot to convince people that they need to buy some greens and that they need greens in their life. What is hard to convince them is that they can gag them down. So I think one of the best purchases you can make for your business is the greens on the go boxes, because once people taste them and realize that they can swallow them, I don't have any problems getting people to order that. Let me see here. I used a lot of testimonies. So I had amazing testimonies about what It Works had done for my health, but I was in a new town and I was trying to get out of my warm market. So I'd message my LCs and say, you've just had the most amazing results with those greens. Do you mind posting about it on Facebook and tagging me? Or I would say, it was cold and flu season, so the greens were really the big thing, the confianza, things like that. Oh, the relief. I had a lot of people, older people with arthritis and joint pain, and I was like, will you please just tag me? And what would happen is people would like their post and they would say, well, where do you get this stuff and all this? And all along, I'm sitting there Facebook stalking, adding, asking these people to be friends, answering their questions, telling them how much it costs, gives them my website. But I'm doing it all private message to keep all the interest in the mystery there. You don't want to answer questions and comments because you might have 3 people who are interested that you would never know about because you answered their question. I offered one-on-one facial appointments. I didn't use our It Works facials, but what I did do is I would use our cleanser and our toner, and we didn't have the exfoliating peel, but now I'd use the exfoliating peel and the Repairage and a little lip and eye cream, and I would just offer free one-to-one facials. And while they had the stuff on their face, I'm doing it all, I would give them a catalog and I would go through it. Very rarely, I would say maybe 1 out of 20 times would I leave there without a loyal customer. I attended every event within a 2-hour radius that didn't already have an It Works person. If there was an event, I was at it. I was leaving at 4 in the morning. I was traveling all over. I was standing in the sun. It took me a couple events to smarten up and buy a canopy. So I was at events, and I also stalked Facebook. So I would sit on my computer, I would watch what people are talking about. And when, my special needs moms would complain that their back hurt, I would private message them about the relief. When people would complain about the cold and flu and it keeps going through their house over and over and over again, I would message them about the greens. If people will talk a lot on Facebook about how the stress and the worry and they're having anxiety about these things and it's taking over their life, I would message them about confianza. I really became a Facebook stalker. Probably not my finest moment, but it worked, it really worked because I would offer these people samples and then they would take me up. Nobody's going to say, no, you can't, bring me a thing of greens. I didn't worry for a second if an event was worth it, if the drive was worth it. I didn't think once, is it worth me going out, driving 40 minutes to do a facial? Is it worth me driving all over town doing these greens? I never thought that once. I did not look back. I just did whatever I humanly could to get these products in people's hands. That's it. I didn't care how much it cost, how far I had to drive, how early I had to get up. I didn't care about eating. I did not care about sleeping. I did not even see my children some days at all. The days I did see them, it was just quick peck. I love you, Mama loves you. And that's what I needed to do for me to get there. These were my results. In January, I enrolled the 8 distributors I needed to become Diamond. And so at this point, I'm going from executive to Diamond. In February, I enrolled 34 loyal customers, and in March, I enrolled 32 loyal customers. So, in March, I promoted to Diamond and earned the $10,000 good bonus. I had gotten back up to Ruby in January, and I skipped right over Emerald. I went Ruby to Diamond in March. Now, I'd been building up my husband under me, and he went up to Diamond in April and also got the $10,000 good bonus. And then in May, because of all of this work, I actually promoted to double Diamond. Now, I did not work around the clock in let me see, in April and May. All the work I'd done in January and February and March, and then I stayed consistent, and then the promotions just started rolling in. So I went from an executive in January to a double diamond in May. And this is how I did it. Now, since then, I have gone through a divorce, and that's been a horribly painful experience. But that 3 months that I gave everything that I had, and I worked harder than I ever have in my life, has continued to support me from then until now. And we're a year and a half later, and I'm still being supported fully, and I'm able to support my children without child support and be a single, stay-at-home, homeschooling mom off of my It Works income because of this hard push I did in January, February, March. So, one great resource is the book Go Pro. It talks about, just really doing that hardcore push and getting the foundation of your business there. And then you can start to work consistently without the insane hours. But I wanted you to know that I've always worked hard. I grew up working hard. I've never had it easy. I got 2 master's degrees as a single mom by the time I was 25. And nothing in my life has compared to the work that I put in January, February, and March in this business. And the payoff has been unbelievable. So I earned $35,000 in bonuses in 3 months, on top of the commissions and the fast start bonuses and you name it. And now, a year and a half later, I'm still getting paid on that work that I did those 3 months. So if you're discouraged, I wonder if you're at that turning point like I was. I wonder if you're discouraged because you're almost there. If you almost got it. If your vision is so big that you want to be there and not here, and that's why you're discouraged. And if that is why you're discouraged, then you need to get with whoever inspires you, whoever motivates you, and you need to push. And you can do this while you have a full-time job. You can do this while you have children. You can do this if you're sick. There is stories of homeless people doing it. My story is not unique. It just comes down to working your buns off. So, if you're still watching this video, I think you're probably pretty serious about this because it's getting long. So, I'm going to let you guys go, but what I do want you to know is that I believe in you, even if you don't believe in you. I believe in you. I believe anybody who wants to do this can do this. And anything that gets put in your way, you can overcome. And if you don't feel like you can do it, or you need encouragement, if you need support, please reach out to me. I've had so many amazing messages of support come to me, but I've also had so many people hurting come to me. And if I can help you, because I was hurting during those months, it was not easy, and I probably messaged my upline anywhere from 20 to 80 times a day, just trying to get through this whole process. So, all of us It Works leaders have been there, we've done it, and we know what you're going through. So reach out to somebody. You need somebody for those moments that you want to give up. You really, really do. That's going to probably be my biggest tip. But that is how I went from Doubtful to Double Diamond. And I hope that my story helps you and encourages you. Thank you, guys.